welcome to the Heritage Commission meeting. It is Tuesday, April 21st. Jamie, if you want to do the roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioner Sampson.
Here.
Commissioner Glenn.
Here.
Commissioner Murphy.
Here.
Commissioner Willis.
Here.
And Commissioner Hersey.
Here.
Madam Chair, you have everyone accounted for and you have a quorum.
Great. Let's stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to take a minute to read the minutes from our March 17th meeting, and then we can vote on that. Says that the next meeting is April 22nd, and it's
Today.
If everyone's had a chance to read, can someone make a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for March.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's approved. So we have, any public comment? Nina?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I just thought you were gonna talk about
Talk about what?
your presentation.
Oh, okay, you want me to talk about that right now? You mean for the
Or we
fingers?
can do it whenever you want. We'll move it into the 4th grade field trip. You
Yeah,
want
move it
that?
to the 4th grade,
Okay.
so it flows a little better probably.
Okay, it'll be next, so.
Oh,
Okay, old business is, state marker is in progress, and the next item B is, the 4th grade field trip. So, if everyone has seen the itinerary, does everyone have a copy of the itinerary?
I don't.
Okay.
That was the meeting. This is what I sent you.
Thank you for this.
The itinerary had changed,
Pass
right?
those down? Right. So, the 4th grade, field trip is at the Beach Pavilion. It'll be held on Thursday, April 23rd at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the children will arrive, hopefully, it says here that we should be at the pavilion at 8 o'clock. I'm thinking 8:30 will suffice. So if everybody just wants to change that to 8:30, I don't think we need to be there an hour early. So just as a reminder, commission members, if you can take the names of all the school teachers, these are their phone numbers in case you needed to contact any one of the teachers. They would prefer that you text them. So I've talked to the teacher in charge of the 4th graders, Nancy's and she gave me all those numbers, and so just have those on hand. If you put them in your phone in advance, then you'll have them there and just mark that they're for the teachers, so that if you need to reach them for any reason, everybody has phone numbers for everyone. Okay. Please wear your black t-shirt, or at least your badge, which everybody has theirs on except me. And if you have black pants, that would be great, because then it's kind of a uniform, if you will. The students will arrive at 9 o'clock. The students then settle in, and they sit on the floor of the pavilion. At 9, it takes them a minute or so. We do have 125 students this year. And so it takes them a minute to kind of get settled in, but you would be surprised. These kids are so well behaved, and they just really, they're just amazing. For being so young, they just really sit down and settle in. I was going to introduce the mayor, and I'm going to give a really short, as in 1 minute, version of the history of Keystone, and then introduce Nina. And then Nina is going to do a presentation on, which is a PowerPoint presentation on kind of what the whole day is going to look like. So the students know their rotation, and they know, and the parents as well, because they've never done that before, even though the teachers have. And they will know where they're going to be rotating to. Nina, do you want to come up and talk
Sure.
about?
I can tell you a little bit about what I put together.
Okay.
Okay.
It's wonderful. I've already seen it.
So, I had 2 PowerPoints. So the first one is for when all 120 kids walk in. I usually bring patriotic music, blare it up so they feel like they're at a concert, which they love. You can just tell when they walk in to get them into the zone, right? And then, like you said, you'll do some kind of introduction. We'll have them do the pledge. Again, they're very orderly. I think most of you who've been there before, it's pretty impressive to see those kids walking in there and being so quiet and very excited. And so what I want to do is give them a taste of what the day is going to have as far as the rotations and, the different things they're going to learn about. And then I give them a really little snippet of the history of Keystone Heights. Just a little bit about Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence, how they came here, and that's why it's called Lawrence Boulevard. I show them a few historic pictures. I take them back and I tell them that, we held our 100th celebration last year, 100 years. It's a really big deal. I tell them, what 100 years equals to 10 decades to 10 years, whatever. I try to do a little analogy, thinking 4th graders. And then I show them a classroom picture of what it looked like children in 1901 compared to 2026. Same kind of group of children in a photograph. So they can have a feel for what that looks like. And then I share with them the deal about the capsule and then how we put that together last year. And it was a really big deal, very special. We have the plaque. I have a photograph of the plaque if they want to see it. It's very special. And at the end, I just share that we're going to give them a goodie bag that we will deliver to their schools. You want me to talk a little bit about the role play for the council, our part?
Yes.
Okay, so I tried to make it, because I know they're 30 minutes, so I tried to make the PowerPoint under 20. The goal is to let them see, again, 4th graders. So what do we do in this building as far as council goes? So I give them let all of us introduce each other. I've got 4 council members. All 4 of us are going to be there. Dan can't be here. To just say who they are and how long they've lived here. Like, listen a minute. We're going to be real brief because I don't want it to eat up our time into other stuff. Then I'm going to show them a quick video. It's really cute. It's like a cartoon video from YouTube. It says, what is a mayor doing? It's this, funky looking woman walking with these glasses on, fumbling around, but it just kind of tells some basic things that mayors do in general. And I can tell them that we're kind of a little bit of some of it or all of it, It's like a 3-minute video. And then I go into what do we do as the council do? Like, proposals, quotes or ordinances, the different criteria, things that they are responsible for. Then I show another video that shows what a council can decide and how they make decisions. And it's another video about 2 minutes long. So then the next thing we do is I take them through a mock council meeting. And, bring the meeting to order, call roll call. And today we're going to talk about, I use this time the tennis courts because they're brand new. Last year I think we used the corner. So I just take them through the process of when we finally decided after many years of, talking about it but not doing it. And now we finally pulled the trigger on it in August last year, and they literally just got done in March. And I explained to them how much money it cost, and then we go through the voting process and the back and forth, and how we go out for a bid for the company to come tell us, we make that decision. So it doesn't happen like overnight. Just want them to understand that, but I also want them to understand the respect for it and the cost, so that they know that it's something that doesn't just come out of the sky. And then I think that's it. I think I just tell them, I read the proclamation that we're going to give them. We still doing that, right?
We're doing
Or remember we did a proclamation last year where it's rolled up
that?
and put in their bag?
Let me ask Drew, because I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't part of that. Oh, well, I mean, if we don't
I
have,
don't know if we gave him a proclamation last year.
yeah, we did.
So I was very isolated. I was.
No, I know, you were across the street.
Well,
Well, what it says, because y'all have stuff in the bag that represents the different things, and so we call it fourth grade, Keystone Elementary School, fourth grade day, that they got to learn about, 4/11. They got to go through the city hall. So it's all the data points that they went and visited, and then it's even done like when it's like a 5x7 and it's just rolled up.
Okay.
I have a copy of last
That's
year's.
something Drew would need.
Hmm?
That might be something Drew could put together.
Well, if we don't have time, we don't have time. I mean, I can take it out of the PowerPoint too, so.
To do it.
Yeah, it's just a matter if they've got the time. We got some
Right.
staffing and stuff, so I don't know.
Right.
We'll look and see if Drew's got it.
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, because I have a copy of what she sent me last year. I didn't know who put it together. But that's it. That's it. And like I said, I think we can do it in right about 19 minutes. Oh, and then if we have time, typically, they want to go ahead and scream out, but I do let them come and hit the gavel, and they just love that. I mean, they just love it. You can just tell it's hilarious. It takes a few minutes.
Well, they're 9 years old, and so anything that's tactile
Yeah.
works.
Mhm.
That's why you're going to have a blast.
It is so cute. I mean, they just melt your heart. They're so cute. And they're just so respectful and excited about what they're doing. And actually, parents have told me that I didn't have any idea that y'all do all that here. I mean, I've been later on, and they
The
were
parents
like a
and the
chaperone,
teachers are usually
and they're
really
usually very receptive. And this is a new class, so it's a different group of parents and everything. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really proud of y'all. Continue doing this. So this is our fourth year?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool. That's
Now,
it.
I just want to say that in introducing you, I was going to talk a little bit about the history, but I don't see it being a conflict at all,
Mhm.
because you're going to present it completely different.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to use the segue of you living in that Lawrence house
Yeah.
as my kind of intro to introduce you.
Right.
So.
And I could give them a slide, just one slide that shows 1921 and today.
Oh, yeah, we have that.
Is it in the PowerPoint? I can't remember if I put it in.
I
there.
think you have John Lawrence up there, but they can see what your house looks like today.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
you
can tell
have
the
the
green
old
one. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think all good.
So
Okay.
I can put that PowerPoint on my laptop for you to run over there.
Okay. It's only a few slides, like 6
Yeah,
or 8
because
She's
slides.
got another laptop for over
You're
here.
gonna need
Well,
another one.
We'll load up over here.
They'll hook it up over here
Okay.
for me, and they'll have the videos embedded, so it'd be easier to access while we're right in the middle of
But
it.
are you gonna be doing the slides over there as well?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
doing it.
If we can get it on yours, that would be best.
Right.
It's either that or I'll bring the USB, whatever's easier
Yeah,
for you.
I was able to get it.
Okay, good.
You zipped it,
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
unzipped
good.
it.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's all ready to go.
Okay. All right. Any more questions? No? You'll figure it out. Okay.
So then, as the mayor said, she's gonna do her presentation, and then we divide the students. At that point, they really go off onto all the different stations. So a group will come to City Hall, another group will go over to, stay in the pavilion and learn the story that Kim's gonna read, the Whooping Crane story. And then Miss Helen is gonna come to City Hall and just help with getting everybody settled and letting them know where they need to sit. Right, coming in here, going out that way. And then you'll be directing them to the room tree. Okay. And then Janice Scotsman is going to be handling the tree. The only thing I need to have out there for her is I told her I would bring her a chair. I do have just a fold chair.
For the
that I
moon
can-
tree?
What's that?
I'm sorry.
For the moon tree?
There is a bench, too, a park bench.
Oh, perfect. That's all she'll need then.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And she has all the other documentation on the moon tree. I sent that to her weeks ago. At the gazebo, Kat will be handling, over in the nature park, Kat will be handling the Keystone Heights Historic Inn. You have all the information on that. We also had, we made we ordered on Amazon 2 additional seals so that you could divide the line and then have each of the students rub, do the impression, and then they rub it with crayons. I'll have a table over there for you already set up with the box of crayons and all the papers that Wendy has already cut, and they're done and they're ready. So I'll have everything over there for you. I do not have a large photo of the inn that's in the storage unit. Do you want me to get that out for you?
I can
Okay.
copy it.
No, it's just one thing, but I mean, I was there today, I just completely forgot about it.
Okay.
But I can go back and get it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a nice touch to
Yeah.
have that.
Right.
So they can kind of look at it when I'm talking
Right.
about it.
Right. And just so that you know that the inn embossment, it says the City of Keystone Heights, not the historic inn. But you can have, do we have that all tonight? Can Kat pick that up tonight?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we'll have it with you
Okay.
and then just bring it on the day of.
Sure.
And
I can practice.
you can practice. Oh, I came over and did that already. I actually did to make sure it worked, the new seals worked. And so, yeah, I was walking around, Mary Lou tell you, I was walking around with my crayon. So, anyway, so we'll have, we'll
Yeah,
pick
okay.
that up tonight.
Sounds
All
good.
right. And then Jen, you'll be taking photos of everything and uploading everything, doing a live thing from Facebook. And just being careful not to photograph the children's like faces, you're gonna have to get them from behind. But just the whole idea of them walking in and whatnot, that would be good.
Madam Chair, real quick,
Yes.
going back to the station at the small pavilion out here, or the gazebo.
Yes,
So technically, by the grant that we got in 1999 from Florida Department of Environmental Protection, that's an education facility, believe it or not. And one
so
of
we
the
can
reasons.
put a museum there?
Well, so you joke, but in the early versions of that park, the diagrams when they were looking at that grant, it says Museum Welcome Center right there.
Oh, wow.
It does. When I was back trying to, so I had to do, we do a stewardship, we are supposed to do a stewardship report every year on that as part of the grant agreement. We haven't done it in 10 years, so we just pulled it all together. And one of the things that's in there is that we're supposed to host regular education sessions there.
Wow, so we're
And
meeting
so,
that criteria.
just so you know, y'all are helping us, because we wrote that in, that the 4th grade field trip comes there regularly, once a year, for an education event. So I figured I'd share that. The more people that know it, they can actually carry that
But also
information
the fact
forward.
that we do have a historic marker there, that is an educational thing that's ongoing, and it's 365 days a year. So that is something else you could write in your report.
Mhm.
And the Chautauqua.
And
It's also gonna
Chautauqua
mention
is
it,
gonna
so
mention
we-
all of that, and the Fort 11,
Okay.
thing, so, yeah, there's a lot of things going on in that. And then, speaking of Fort 11, John Sizer, Dr. John Sizer, he will be in the nature park doing the, Fort 11 talk, and hopefully dressing up and shooting off the cannon and doing all of that, which will be our marker. When the cannon is blasted, that's when we know that everybody rotates. If for some reason, the cannon is not operable, or he doesn't bring the cannon or something like that, I did talk to him today, he says he's got everything. But if for some reason it didn't work, then we just have to time, give yourself 15 minutes, 20 minutes most, and then start moving the children to their next station. Then after, the stations will be 30 minutes in length approximately. And then that's allowing for transition though, between stations, so it's more like 20 minutes. And then the students should be arriving back at the pavilion picnic area at 11:45 to 12 o'clock. They'll have lunch till 1, and then they will go back to, their classes. You can have this as well, if for some reason I don't get to the end. And then the goodie bags are all completed, even the, where's that? 6 panel. What did I do with that? Thank you. So Jen worked up on new 6-panel brochure, so it's all updated, and all of these have been put into the goodie bags. And the reason for doing that was so that all of the students' parents who do go through those bags know that the Heritage Commission put on a 4th grade field trip, and that if they want to participate or learn more about the Heritage Commission, that they could, they know what time and day that we have our meetings. So, good job.
Thank you. That's awesome.
So,
Do you know how many groups they'll be passing through?
there's 5, I believe, right?
You get 5
Well, there's
stations.
5 stations,
Five
so yeah,
stations,
it will
we
be
have
divided into
five
5.
groups.
So it's about 20 kids or so per
Right,
Okay.
right. Well, there's
125.
125 kids, so
Yeah,
there'll be
about 25.
about 25.
Not including the parents.
Right.
So Kat and I are going to take bags to the school
Yes,
after
afterwards.
this.
Well, here's my
done,
thought
or-
on that. Since they're all on my dining room table, I'm thinking that I should put them in my car, and then why would I take them out of my car and then transfer them to your car and then transfer them to the school? I thought rather I would just go right after the, right after the whole meeting and just take them over to the school. They usually have somebody there that helps us take everything out. Then I'll come back to the pavilion and help take everything down. So that's one other thing I wanted to mention is that Mary Lou and I today, we went over to the pavilion and brought the Keystone Heights banner, as Heritage Commission banner rather, and we brought the 2 pillars that we used on the Friends float last year, and we put that in the entry because when Nina then talks about the history, you can talk about those columns as well. And I don't know if we had a picture of that. I can't remember.
I have a picture of it.
Okay.
But they already gave her the PowerPoint. You want me to put that in there or not?
Yeah.
'Cause I can resend you
can
the
resend it.
Yeah. Okay.
I do have a picture of it.
That would be great.
Okay.
And then we have 2 of the tall banners that we put next to the flags on each side, on the beach side of the pavilion that just has information on heritage and, pictures of the old homes and that kind of thing. Because we are gonna be talking a little bit more about the history of Keystone, and so we wanted to have some imagery in addition to the PowerPoint. So that's all in there. And we'll take all of that back out. Let's see here. Water is going to be provided by the Friends of Keystone Heights. I don't think the school's providing that. Debbie Beals is working on, she went to get water for us, and can
She's
you?
helping me, so I
Okay,
can
can you
text her.
follow up with the water and make sure that it gets into an ice chest? And if we can locate that sort of halfway, so over maybe by the moon tree. So when they stopped at the moon tree, that's probably the shortest, conversation or talk that will happen. And so there'll be time if they needed water at that point. Although doesn't look like it's gonna be a real hot day,
So you want it over, do you want water over there?
Yeah, at the moon tree. because they're supposed to bring their own water. But what I experienced working at the historic inn at the gazebo was that by the time they got over there, if it was a 90-degree day, you know, they're running back and forth, and they were all really thirsty. So I thought if we had it at the Moon Tree, that would keep you from having to take it all the way to the park.
So do we need a cooler out there? Does
Yeah,
somebody have
that's
a
all.
big cooler?
Debbie has one. I think she said she had one. She was gonna let us use it. So.
And then just put it over there, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I sent out an email to all of the city council, just reminding them about the field trip, and about Chautauqua as well. So that if they wanted to participate, but as Nina mentioned, they are all attending, with the exception of one that is probably working, so. We'd like to have the banner for Chautauqua displayed, but we realize that the Chautauqua banner is really large and it's vinyl, but it had the dates on it. So I've called, Wendy gave me the name of someone, I've called Gator Printing in Gainesville. They are going to be making us just a strip that we can put over it with the new dates. So we're not making a whole new banner, we're just putting it right over the top. So I've sent them the measurements, a picture of the Chautauqua banner and the measurements that we need, and I'm asking that they get that back to us. I sent them an email this afternoon and spoke with Summer directly, so that they will have that for me Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So we'll have that in place for Chautauqua, and then we want to put that up on the fence.
Is she gonna need payment prior, or did she say anything about that?
She hasn't responded yet,
Okay,
but I'll ask her.
cause if she does, we can work something out, because she lives in Keystone.
Yeah,
So
I know her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know her. I when I called her, I said, "Oh, is this Summer that lives in Keystone?" Yes. Everybody lives in Keystone. Okay, so does everybody have any questions? Does anyone have any questions on what's going for the 4th grade field trip? We're all good? Okay.
And I'll have Elsa here
Oh, we have a
to
question.
be used wherever she needs to be used.
Yes. And Mary Lou, I forgot to mention, but you will be doing crossing guards with your neighbor,
Sarah.
Sarah. And thank you so much for that.
Okay, I do have a question. Where is it, where are we crossing at? Is it here?
Yes.
At City Hall? My other part of the question was when the children come down, do we have to, are they gonna be going right into the pavilion?
Correct.
And they're walking?
Right.
Do we need to have cross guards down there then, when they arrive?
I don't recall that we ever had them there, because that's kind of like prior to the event. They don't have cross guards at any of the other
They probably cross
intersections.
further down than walk up that side of the
They,
road,
they
don't
cross, so they come down, like where they line up for parade, they come
Uh-huh.
down that road,
Okay.
and then they cross over down their, you know.
Down further.
Cross Street.
Down,
Right.
yeah, right
Across
there,
Street, the elementary school.
right. They
Right.
cross over and then they walk the full length of
So
Lawrence.
they'll have somebody down there to help them get across.
Well, they can help those
Police or
parents.
something.
Well, they'll the parents and volunteers.
Okay.
But
I
then
just
when they
think about
cross to go to the,
semis.
when they cross to go to the park, they'll cross over here, so
Okay.
you can just hit the.
And they go back and forth that way, no
Right.
way, okay,
At the Moon Tree crossing.
okay,
Is that what you're talking about?
Mhm.
The
Right.
crosswalk right there, the Moon Tree.
Right.
okay.
Well, that's where we have, you know, our blinkers and lights and
Right.
everything, so.
Yeah.
Okay. And Bo has, I'll get the material from him Thursday morning.
I got it for you.
Thank you.
So in addition to the 4th grade field trip, we also are doing the Chautauqua, and we will not meet again before Chautauqua. So I wanted to finalize some things with that today. We will need the gate keys because the bands will be coming in. You know, the gates where people can physically drive in.
They're on the set,
Oh, they're on the set for the pavilion?
yes.
Oh, okay, that's good. Great. And
So are
then,
the garbage, the dumpster key is also on that set.
Same key.
okay,
If anybody needs access to that.
And then, what I would, suggest is that if we can have the lights on, I know normally you don't have the lights on until dusk, but if we can have the lights on, it adds kind of a festive feel.
Just leave them on all day is what you.
Yeah.
Well, can we
Got it.
shut off the timer and just leave them on?
Yep, I got it.
Thank you.
And that's for Saturday and Sunday. They can go off obviously at night, but just have them come back on. And then, we've already picked up the replicas of the entrance to the city. So we've moved them over to the pavilion already, so I think, most likely we're just gonna take them back here to City Hall and store them here for the week, rather than put them back in the air-conditioned unit. I mean, we can. Wendy, is that gonna be a problem?
Oh, just,
Put it on the corner in the, conference room.
are we just talking about,
Could they go in the kitchen over there? In the
oh,
pavilion?
because you mean between the fourth grade field trip and Chautauqua?
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Could they
Yeah,
go?
maybe, no, because there's gonna probably be somewhere else.
Okay,
People will
okay.
Right, and then the other thing that I noticed, when I was over there the other, well, and even today, is that we have all new tables and new chairs, which are fantastic. They're so much more comfortable. We were there for a friends meeting already, so, they were great. However, for Chautauqua, we need the long, rectangular, old tables that are in the kitchen. And we'll need all of those out and along the walls of the pavilion, and then the round tables will need to be all picked up and stored. And then we can obviously use the new chairs, for Chautauqua.
Mr. Wright,
I'm writing them down. So you do
Thank you, sir.
whatever long tables we have in there, do you just want us to even them out? I think we've got 2 of the bigger ones and like 6 of the small,
Yes.
just even them out. Make
On
it the
each
same
side of
on
the
both
wall.
sides on the wall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right,
And
so
store it
that the pop-up museum stuff can all go along there.
back. Okay.
And then we were hoping that we could, get everything picked up, and we can meet with Public Works, and have everything picked up on Thursday, so that on Friday, we can spend the day setting everything up for, the museum piece. So all of the fireworks stuff, I mean, all the firemen's stuff, or any of, the pictures, paintings. You know, it does take a while to organize everything, categorize everything, and so, we'd like to be there on Thursday if possible. And I'm available on Thursday to meet with you to pull out what we need, or whatever way you need it to be arranged, so that I can just say, yes, take that. Does that work for you, Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit this morning about, the event and.
Okay.
And kind of some
Okay.
timing on some things, so.
and the, a couple of the public works guys cleaned out the, gutter area here on the curbs and really spruced up for the field trip and for Chautauqua.
Oh, and I meant to.
It was a lot of work, though. They were-
I saw them do that, it was amazing. They also cleaned, the gazebo is all been power washed. All of the handicap, areas are all remarked, everything's nicely painted, everything's been power washed, it looks fantastic over there. If there's a way to just make sure it's mowed, like, 'cause the students will all be over there, walking through the park. I wasn't in the park today, but
Yeah, I haven't been over to see.
to see what the height of the,
We're in decent shape, but we'll get it touched up.
okay.
No problem.
We haven't had any rains.
Just
so
don't go into the gazebo.
There's no grass. We did, order, like I mentioned, for the fourth grade field trip, we did order more of these 6 panels, but we've already used them. I ordered 200, from the place that Wendy recommended, and we received all those, but 125 or 140 went into the goodie bags. And so then I brought some down to the Melrose,
Welcome Center Museum.
Melrose Welcome Center, along with other Chautauqua things. And so they have a few we have some here now, and so we're almost out, even though we just received them. So I would like, to, I guess,
Do a reorder.
100 or.
get another 200, because we'll need them for 4th of July, although not that many people will take them at 4th of July, but we'll need them for our tour of homes in December, and of course, we'll just need them here inside, and then nothing really will change on that. There's no real dates except for our time that we meet.
Are you okay with me pricing it to see what the difference is between like 200 and 300?
Sure.
Cause, I mean, how many people come to the tour of homes?
About 100, so.
That's gonna work out again, so
Right.
let's see what the,
Yeah.
this printer has very, competitive and reasonable prices compared to some of the other places we have children. So are you okay with that?
I'm perfect with that. That's fine. I've actually been using them for 20 years myself, not one person. So, when I walked in, they were like, oh.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's good. So, the speakers have all been assigned. We did, have a new Chautauqua flyers that are up here. They've been at City Hall now for a while. And then we had an older program, but I thought with us having our 250th year, a celebration for the country, that we would kind of do a theme of red, white, and blue. And so this has Saturday's program on one side, Sunday's program on the other side. And so it shows the speakers, and it shows who the musicians are and who's playing each day, and then the artists, as well as the food trucks for each day and the times. Can you pass this down so Jamie and Wendy can see that? And one of the artists, I just wanted to mention, Kirsten Engstrom. She's a sculptor, and she's going to be displaying some of her things here at our Chautauqua. She actually lives in Chautauqua part-time, and then the rest of the time she lives in Melrose.
Wow.
And she's the artist who did all the big sculptures over in Melrose. And so, amazing, just amazing. And we have the Gainesville Big Band swinglet that we got from Gainesville. They've kind of created a smaller version of their orchestra, so that should be really good. And then, let's see what else. We do have the Chautauqua, the actual Chautauqua program in New York. This is their brochure, and the lineup is quite impressive. I mean, it's quite impressive. And they have an orchestra, they have an opera, theater, visual arts, and here is their programs.
Wow. Wow.
And it goes on for 8 weeks. It is amazing. I mean, you have everyone from Ken Burns to Henry Louis Gates. It's just amazing. So I'm gonna pass that around. That came in the mail to me. I don't know how I got that, but my name must be on something. So I just wanted to share that with everybody because I thought, oh, this is so impressive that you can go up there and see this, and it's it's 2 months long. So anyway,
Some pretty big names too.
there's pretty big names. These are A-listers.
Yeah.
So in addition to the music, we have the plein air artists that will be out there. And I've also mentioned to the Melrose folks that any other artists that want to come and just paint that day, this park is open to the public, and that they're welcome, that they can come and just set up anywhere. And so hopefully we have more than what we have on our list. And then the posters and flyers have all been distributed throughout town. the daily, the actual program we do have completed. And that is everything on Chautauqua. Does anyone have any questions?
No, yeah, well, can vendors still come? Cause I was, Anytime Fitness asked if they could set up a table.
What is there? Anytime Fitness?
So like to set up a table outside?
I don't see why not. Does anybody have any?
We might have trouble with parking.
Is there, do they have, are they demonstrating something or they?
No, I think it's just they're trying to get ready for the grand opening in a couple months and they just wanna get the public
Oh.
known, that's it.
Are they a person in town?
They're the ones who are opening next door to Ted
Ah.
Hitchcock.
Oh, I would say, sure.
Yeah.
What is everyone else's opinion?
I know we told about blood bus, no, and we weren't even gonna have them here, so.
Well, the
I
blood
mean,
bus was taking up so much room and it was a room thing. They're not
They
gonna
were
be in
gonna
the
just,
parking
they were
lot.
gonna be out here, so,
Right.
I don't know. I don't
You
know.
do have a point.
I mean,
You do have.
I'm just thinking, it doesn't, to me, this is just my opinion, it doesn't really flow with the
Chautauqua.
culture of Chautauqua.
Right.
So, I would say if they wanna drop stuff off, fine, but I don't think a table right now, it fits with this, that's my opinion.
Okay, cause I also applied for the Clay County Sheriff Offices to see if the community affairs wanted to come down and hand out stuff.
Where would they want to do it? Like, they would have to do it in the park, like down around where the picnic tables are or something like that, because they can't be in the pavilion, they can't be in front of the pavilion, they can't be in the parking lot. So, simultaneously, so everybody knows, we're also doing the tennis court opening. And that's gonna be on the same day. And so there's gonna be a lot of parking issues. So they would have to remember that they can't just randomly just set up somewhere.
But I guess that would be the same with the fire department, but with the fire department right now, I'm not entirely sure due to all the brush fires, so.
Right, they got
They don't have a table, they just bring a truck, that's about
Right.
it.
Can I make a suggestion? Sure. So, really, I agree with Kim. I don't think it's the right setting for that. I think
And that's what they said about the
they,
bus.
yeah, they fit more to me like July 4th when we have the vendors here and Drew sets all that up and they come and sign up to have space. You know what I mean? They're trying to promote their business or their, and I know the police do it too, and sometimes the fire department. I know they were here for July 4th also. But Anytime Fitness, because they're a brand new company into the city, essentially, they're out there by Hitchcock's where it will be. But I think for this situation, it kind of doesn't seem like it fits what y'all are doing, in my mind.
And Kim made a very good point in that we denied the bus from
Yeah.
coming because it really didn't fit in with the theme of our program.
Yeah, because see, they're like a vendor or a company, so,
Right.
and you're not, yeah, that's not what you're doing. You're
Right, and we're really trying to promote the arts.
correct.
Right,
So
the arts education, the culture.
Right.
history,
Trying to get people
it's
involved
not
with the.
It's
part
a
of
different,
that.
it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
It's not like a festival.
Is that something we need to vote on?
It's really up to y'all. You either go to consensus or you can vote. It's just-
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm thinking that, like the rest Kim said is, we're focusing on the past.
Right. Right, it doesn't fit this venue. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll let them know then.
Okay, but tell them that we do want to support them. It's just that this is really not the right venue. And that 4th of July would be great. And, I'm sure at any other time, the park is open to the public. And there's people there all the time. They could easily set up, they can't do
No, I
that?
don't think so.
Oh,
They'd have to do a special event request
oh,
if they want to use city property for anything other than just
to
recreational use.
advertise, okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
I mean, the ideal thing is to come July 4th or
4th of
during the
July.
Fall Fest or even
Yeah.
Christmas.
Well, that's when they
when
get-
we have people set up with tables, promoting, selling, whatever,
Right, or
Mhm.
friends, the Friends Spring Fling.
Right.
Or,
Okay, so, so, Jen, do you have an update on the photo album?
I'm working on it.
And then, Kat, do you have an update on the Facebook page?
Not really. I think so far it's going good. I did notice there was a post from the old Facebook page. Have we tried to contact that person and ask them to stop or delete if possible? Or is that something you want me to do? I don't want to.
I'm staying out of this.
Well,
Okay.
I think we are going to address that,
Okay.
just not right now.
I don't know that person, so
Yeah.
I didn't know if somebody that maybe knew them would be better coming from them, or.
Well, first I need to figure out who, what we're talking about, and then I'll take care of it myself personally.
And I wanna say kudos to the posts that you have put out, because I have
Yes.
seen them
I've
rotating
seen
in,
Yeah.
and I
And I'll
really
get this
appreciate
out
that.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start advertising this one.
And
Yeah.
she got an Instagram account, so I'm like.
Yes. That's
It's
really
slowly
good.
building.
That's really good.
Yep.
Ms. Clay, have you worked with Catherine Wills, who runs our Facebook page? I didn't know if y'all tried to like set up any way of queuing, because we've got 7,500 on the Keystone page. If we can queue those people somehow on the Facebook page to follow the Heritage Commission page, the new Heritage Commission page, I don't. If,
Which I think something was posted.
I can't. I just couldn't remember. If we had
Yeah,
or
it
not.
was.
Person rules.
And I think it's gonna be one of those things, we're gonna have to repeatedly do it over and over again until, and then delete the other one.
You guys just have to reshare the stories,
Okay.
and so it comes up automatically as like mentions.
Okay. And Catherine does that. I think she just sets them up to auto.
So if she reshares whatever she's posting,
Oh.
then, yeah.
And now I see what you're saying. Anything that gets posted on Heritage
Yeah,
Commission.
she has to repost it and share it.
Which I think it's been done for the Chautauqua, so we're getting there.
And she's got the Chautauqua on a. She's got it scheduled to do a couple of reminders before it happens, so it'll hit the city page a few more times.
Kat, I'll send you her information on text. Just in
Okay.
case you ever want to get with her.
Okay, great.
Can you send me her information as well?
Sure. Anybody else going once?
Send it. That way we all have it.
I got it.
So are there any other comments from the